Joining us now, Khazaar Fatemi. She is a Kurdish reporter based there in Stockholm, Sweden, and so she traveled to Iraq and Syria recently just to profile these ethnic fighters on the front lines, many of whom are women. I want you to watch this part of her revealing report.
I have been following the Kurdish women fighters for some years now, but they have been fighting at the front line for more than 30 years. They have been fighting for their rights in the Kurdish areas in Iran, Turkey, Syria and Iraq. Tamara has been fighting for the Kurdish guerrilla PKK for over 10 years now. This time I meet them, they are not fighting a government, but the extreme jihadi group ISIS in the Kurdish parts of Iraq. Even though they are simply armed, they are determined to stay and fight and prevent ISIS from getting to the old city of Kirkuk. And before it's time to change to the next group, they write down their thoughts. We have been present when history is written but not mentioned. This time we will be mentioned and seen, Tamara says, one of 40 million Kurds without a country.
And Khazaar now joins me from Stockholm. Khazaar, thank you so much for joining me. Absolutely phenomenal reporting there.
Thank you.
So here's what I want to begin with. I'm wondering, what surprised you more, that so many of these fighters are women, or that they are coming together, all these different nationalities, and they seem to be united and almost liberated in battle?
I would say both. I mean, I'm Kurdish, and I've heard these stories. I've heard a lot of women do go to battle. But still, I was surprised. I mean, you're not used to seeing women with uniform, with a gun.
What is their motivation to leave their homes, leave their families, and fight?
I would say their motivation is something we take for granted. To be equal, to have the right to speak your mind, to do what you want to do, to become what you want to become. Those simple things motivates them. And because they have this background by not being able to do this, and when they join the guerrillas, they feel the equalness. They want to fight even more for it.
But this sense of inequality, this is something I imagine they're accustomed to, given this part of the world and the culture from which they come. My question then would be, since they're also fighting alongside a lot of men from this part of the world, how do the men receive these women?
I felt like they were even proud. They were proud that the women were among them. And very often they said they fight even harder than us. When a fellow gets injured, it's almost always the woman who's the first one on spot to help the one.
A lot of these female fighters, they are actually taking the time to chronicle their roles in this war in their journals, in their diaries. I'm wondering, did they share any of that with you?
They were writing about things they miss. They were writing about their dreams, what they did exactly that day, the friends they lost in the battle, about what gives them courage. I mean, they all knew about what happened to the Yazidi people in Sinjar Mountain, and I know a lot of them wrote that as something that they would like to fight for.